Okay, my beautiful friends, it is that time, and that time just happens to be, well, my post-market wrap-up, and we have a lot to talk about today on this Monday, February 22nd, 2021. Let's start off with these markets. I mean, we had a wild ride. At the open, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down about 200 points. Well, because of certain events, which we will talk about here, complete reversal. Dow Jones Industrial Average went positive. We were up about 160. That's a pretty big rebound. And we finished up only about 29. All right, NASDAQ took a hit today. S&P 500 also negative. Oh, okay. All right, so what's happening? We're going to talk about that. Hold that thought. Let's move forward. Silver, wow. Nice move higher today. Did you see crude oil? Up like 4%. I told you this would happen. Remember, crude was falling and I said it won't last. They're going to prop it back up. Well, how about 4% today? Yeah, that's what a move. It's such a rigged game. It's unbelievable. They will not allow crude oil to fall for many, many reasons. You know what they are. So just get used to crude oil being high. And of course, anything that is made with crude oil, which is an astonishing amount of products, will also inflate. Everything is inflating. And that's unfortunately the truth. So yes, what else is going on here? Dollar fell into some pressure. 10-year yield 1.35. Okay, came down a little bit earlier, came back up. We'll talk more about that too. I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to cover with you. Cryptocurrencies today under some pressure, except XRP, which did well. Okay, that's the game. That's the market. That's the way it's working right now. It's just kind of lovely. So what I want to do here is go over a few of the goings on today so we can gain a perspective on, well, what's really going on. That's truth, and there's so much faith. We're going to cover that too. I hope I don't blow my stack off. So let's move on to, well, this I already spoke about this. Gold and silver prices popping today. Very, very nice. Some of this we can thank Janet Yellen about. Hold that thought too. Because we heard from Janet Yellen today. And it's going to be just lovely. Now, we all know, or most of us know who Michael Burry is. This is the big short guy. Smart dude, no doubt about it. But here, he's warning about hyperinflation, and he is correct. We already are seeing a lot of inflation. But this article here Michael Burry warns of Weimar. I always get that word wrong. I can't say it right. Weimar. Hyperinflation is coming. You can't have it. We can't have hyperinflation without the money velocity kicking up. You can have dollars existing in any form, digital, printed, whatever it might be. If they're not moving or chasing the same amount of goods, you can't have hyperinflation. Doesn't mean we're not going to get it. It's going to start with a meltdown in the debt market. You understand? Debt market is going to sell off. Rates are going to spike rapidly. Puts pressure on the stock market. Cash is going to come out of both the debt market and the stock market. Cash is going to start to move. It's going to look for places to go. But we're not going to get hyperinflation or any kind of massive inflation until cash starts to move. And it's not from our dead economy, okay? The economy is dead. The only way cash is going to start to move is if we get a sell-off, and a big one, in the debt market. You understand? So Michael Burry here is correct, but you know, he's kind of pinning this to stimulus and stuff like that. I don't agree with that perspective. I'd love to talk to you, Mr. Burry, so, you know, call me or find me. I'm not that hard to get in touch with. All right, let us move forward here, people. There's so much. All right, here's the reason why gold and silver really took off today, and why the market, again, the Dow went from negative like 200 to positive 160, still finishing in the positive. Here's Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen is again explaining that we need a lot more debt. Look, we have today the United States Treasury and the Federal Reserve in lockstep, working together to, again, push the agenda that we can somehow inflate our way out of this. No amount of debt added to the current debt crisis we are in is going to fix the situation. No amount. They could double it, triple it, quadruple it. It's not going to matter. It will devalue the dollar. It'll have a massively positive effect on the stock market and probably precious metals too, as long as JP Morgan gets out of the way. Commodity prices are going to skyrocket, but it can't help the economy. You see, they're not allowing you to know that we have a dead economy, and we're going to talk more about that too. Also, Janet Yellen, once again, raising the red flag on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is no good, but the dollar is really good. It's really good. You can't make this stuff up. Now, here's something else I want to talk about. Warren Buffett. No one can deny that the man is a gazillionaire. Okay. How he got to be a gazillionaire? Well, you look it up for yourself. But here we go. The Buffett Indicator is alarmingly bearish. Let me let you in on a little secret here. Hold on, I got itchy nose. Itchy nose. Secret is this. When Warren Buffett is bearish, or his indicator here is bearish, you become bullish. You understand? I've never gone wrong with that. I've been watching this Buffett Indicator for quite a long time. And guess what? It's always wrong. It's always wrong. It's a contrarian indicator. So when Buffett's indicator is alarmingly bearish, you turn into a raging bull. You understand? Period. I hope you get that. Now, here we go. This is realinvestmentadvice.com, and they're talking about, will the economy replace 10 million jobs by 2022? How about no? How about no? We're not even at the bottom here. We're not even close to bottoming out. In fact, this week I expect to see another 800,000 people, we'll get the number on Thursday, apply for first-time unemployment benefits. It's going to happen. But it's going to be better than expected. The next week they're going to revise it again and the number will be just worse. It's what they always do. Now, how about this one? The CDC, I want to just talk about this real quick. The Centers for Disease Control study shows that teachers could play a central role in the spread of COVID if, they reopen up schools here. Well, remember this. Keep your children dumbed down and remember to be afraid, I guess, of teachers now too. They got to make you afraid of everybody. I love teachers. I consider myself kind of a teacher in many, many ways. Anyway, let me just read this to you. Okay. Janet Yellen, okay, she is now setting the stage for higher corporate taxes. Okay, whatever. Yield curve control. Duh! You mean the Federal Reserve isn't controlling the yield curve right now? Oh, I think they are. Okay, but you're not supposed to know that. No, they're not controlling the yield curve. You see, the entire debt market it's not being rigged by the Federal Reserve. They're not buying it all. Oh, no. But again, this is what you're being led to believe. Also, she goes on to discuss about a digital dollar. Let me explain this to you. The digital dollar it's here already. We already have a digital dollar. I mean, if you look at how much cash is actually on Earth, it's about 1.9 trillion of actual printed money. The rest is digital. Okay. She's talking about a completely digital dollar, which is part of the plan of the Federal Reserve. She's working in tandem now. So the Treasury, of course, in tandem with the Federal Reserve, and they're going to finish what the Federal Reserve started. Why do you think they chose a former Federal Reserve chairperson to run the Treasury? You understand? Okay. I think you do. Let us move forward here. Oh, here we go. In my opinion, Janet Yellen, and Yellowstein, Jay Powell, are preparing and will subject America and the American people to a royal screwing beyond their wildest nightmares. Just get ready for it, people. Just get ready. Now, I want to talk about this real quick, and I want you to answer this question. All right, pay attention real quick. If the U.S. dollar weakens, because we got Yellen calling for more debt, we got Yellow calling for more debt, a Fed president's calling for more debt, you know, it's an incredible thing. It's going to fix everything. So if the dollar weakens with the promise of nuclear debt by both the Treasury and the Federal Reserve, this market, this is me, may very well tolerate a rising 10-year yield. The only question is how high. So there's the question. How high? Any guesses? I want to hear from you. I will read the comments. Now, this is also laughable. Okay, Ray Dalio, you know, billionaire hedge fund manager. Okay, Ray Dalio. You know, I'm not going to make fun of you, although I really should. This is what he says. Ray Dalio sees 5% of the stock market in the bubble. I guess the man is blind. Okay, the entire stock market is in a massive hyper bubble. So Ray, duh. There you go. Let us go forward here. And again, look, Janet Yellen out again today calling for more debt creation. It's incredible. That's me. But the market loves it. That's when the market made that massive rebound. Now, how about this one? Larry Kudlow. What the hell is this man's name? Kudlow. You know, he made his way out of the crack house. And apparently Fox Business has now hired him. Look, this man cannot tell the truth. You want to be lied to? See, because that's the American way. American people want to be lied to. In fact, the bigger the lie, the more they love it. You get someone that tells you the truth, I don't know, most people hate him. Larry Kudlow here has a show now on Fox Business, and the ratings are off the charts. You can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up. But again, this is a man who has lied consistently over the past 4 years. Like you cannot even, Super V recovery. Remember that? That's his last big one. Oh yeah, can't make it up. But he got a big show now, and he's going to lie, and people are going to become orgasmic about it. Lie to me some more. They love it. They absolutely freaking love it. Now, you know, I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about this. So Federal Reserve President Kaplan, we love Federal Reserve presidents because, you see, they always tell the truth. They always tell the truth. So Federal Reserve Kaplan sees the U.S. economy growing at least 5% this year. Let me explain this to you. If you didn't, once you pick yourself off the floor from laughing, okay, Fed Kaplan sees the U.S. economy, okay, growing at least 5%. 70% of small businesses are now gone. We have 800,000 people per week applying for first-time unemployment benefits. You can't make this stuff up. But he wants you to believe that this year the U.S. economy is going to be growing at least 5%. The fact of the matter is that real growth here in the United States will be negative. But they're going to try to convince you that what you are seeing with your own eyeballs is not real. You understand that, right? So they're setting you up. I want you to understand that. This is a setup on an epic scale, all right? It's some kind of a mind-twisted shit game that you just can't possibly believe. It's an impossible thing to make up. Any of the stuff that I just talked about here in this video, it's impossible to make it up. You couldn't do it if you even tried to. But that's the environment we are in. Isn't it lovely? Look, that's the way it is. That's really the way it is. All right, look, I'm out of here. And I will see you in the morning. I really do hope you got something out of this video. And I'd love to hear from you. I will read the comments, I promise. And I'm hoping, if you consider yourself one of my lions, if you consider yourself a part of Greg Mannarino's team, and there are people all over this planet, and I love all of you, please share the video. See you tomorrow.